World War One.
Made in North America.
It all started in Ontario, Canada, for those who don't know. It was Rebecca, she went to Lubbock and she met Kaylee. Oh, the whole world didn't stop and explode. They were like, I don't know. But now they best friends and here they go with their own show. And they gotta say, yo, they're gonna make you laugh, they're gonna make you cry. This is Made in North America, oh my. Made in North America. Made in North America.
Ooh, yeah. Made in North America.
Hello, friends.
How are y'all doing today?
I gotta update. Well, okay. I'm updating it on our Instagram. Hi, everybody.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Made in North America with your hosts,
The real Slim Katie. Kaylee. Haley. Oh my gosh.
Do you know your own name?
No, I don't.
Asking for a friend.
Asking for her friend. Specifically a best friend.
Yeah.
No,
Should I start calling you Katie?
please don't do that. No offense to anyone named Katie. I don't want to be called Katie.
Okay, and I'm Arcilla, so it says so in my name apparently.
Sorry, I'm still updating.
Okay,
Gotta update all the Instagram peeps and let them know we're live. Yeah, so I guess that's the downside, upside to like this sort of thing. You have to like do it on as it's going on, I guess.
Maybe.
So,
Okay.
wow. Wait, what is today? Tuesday. It's a slow Tuesday.
It's always Tuesday.
I said move closer to the mic.
Or is it your day?
I guess. How is this, Jason? How is this? Is this much better? Oh no, he's talking to you. You get closer to the mic.
Okay, closer to the mic.
Hello.
Gonna start with like yes, I was just gonna say that. I was like, I'm just gonna start doing that and we can see what happens there. Oh god. So
Has anybody relaxed yet?
We'll start like chomping gum and shit.
Oh, I know. Or the crackling the paper, or the eating thing. Like,
I hate that.
I hate smacking. I don't know how that puts people, how it relaxes people. I really don't understand that. Yeah, I have no idea. Oh my goodness.
Are we really fucking up that bad?
No, are we fucking up?
I don't know.
Did
Maybe.
someone say we're fucking up?
No.
Watch this. Look at that. You see that, y'all? Look what we learned today. You can teach an old dog new tricks. Check it out. Look at that. That's so cool. See? Mental health matters.
I don't know. It's beautiful.
I know.
I really like
Gorgeous.
it.
Gorgeous.
I'm just gonna talk like this now. We had to change everything.
Yes. We've had to do some stuff on our own Z's. So, go to your mic settings and change the mic.
Okay. We're sorry. We're gonna have to do.
Can you hear us? Anybody? Yeah, we could be heard. I don't know. Maybe it's your mic settings.
I don't have any mic settings.
Oh,
Because you have all the mic settings. That's what
I
I'm
have all the
saying.
mic settings.
She farted again.
Did she fart again? Here, get the spray. My dog is ginormous and has ginormous farts. Here you go. Spray to your heart's content. I don't know. Microphone. How's that? Is that much better?
Is it better?
Yeah. How is that? Is that much better? Can you hear us both a lot better now?
Yeah. Is this working for you, Jason?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Does this
helping.
float your boat, Jason? Is this floating your boat?
That's a very, very loaded question right now.
Gas, gas. Gas, gas, gas. Yes, intern Omar. We're having a few issues here.
Yeah, we're sorry. It's a little bit difficult when yes as in yes, you can sound us better. You can hear us better.
So if you have a large dog, I highly recommend keeping a can of air freshener by you at all times.
And a book.
And a book, yes. And
And a candle.
and a candle.
So now we don't have to smell stinky dog fart.
Right. Or if you want, you can do a seance and we can summon demons. Although I think my dog just summoned a demon out of her ass because it smelled really, really bad. So.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Barry has who farted.
Who
It was
farted?
Kaylee,
Barry.
actually.
Barry. Hey, hope you're hearing well. I'm sorry I didn't get to listen to all of it. But Sasha farted, the massive German Shepherd.
It was Kaylee. She blamed it on.
And then my mother-in-law says, hello, gals. Hi, gals. Hi, Mom. And she also says, don't pass out. Yeah, I'm trying not to. That's why we're keeping the can of spray next to us.
I might pass out. So if that's the case, someone come save me.
So, okay. Anyways, yes, like Rebecca was saying, we are going through some changes. Not as, I guess you could say yes, as women, not like bodily changes or anything.
How do you know?
We are under new management now. Ourselves.
Yeah.
We rule ourselves because, at one point, the people who did support us, the select few group of people supported us, they are fake as fuck and they no longer support us. And if they are out there listening, which I'm sure they are, because I know they're jealous of our show and jealous of our guests because we fucking rock. And anyway, so I've got something I want to say to them, and you guys know who you are. So hold on, I put it, I had it written down, and oh yeah, that's for you. So anyways.
Read the fucking banner. Well, not the mental health. We're just gonna.
So, anyways, yes, that is for y'all. I hope y'all have a nice life. So, anyways, today, let's get on with our show.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our Today in History.
Yeah. You got this one. I did last week.
So Today in History, as you know, April 6th. However, we're gonna take it back to. Let me pull up my thingy here. 1917. As you all know, it is, but the world is in the First World War, World War I. And this is the day that the United States declared war against Germany and entered the conflict in Europe. However, Britain, France, Russia, they had been fighting since the summer of 1914 for their own reasons. And then, we send in a bunch of fresh batch of troops, able-bodied men eager to fight, especially after that whole Zimmerman telegram thing went sour for the Germans. And we caught wind of that, them trying to get Mexico to invade us or fight us. We were like, yeah, no, that's not cool. So anyways, we went ahead and declared war on Germany. And as you know, World War I is a 4-year war, but the United States, we only fought like barely a year of it. So we entered 1917 and the war is over in 1918. Just thought you guys might know that. It's called the Great War. And it's not as widely, really talked about or looked at, I'm guessing because of the lack of the American involvement in that war. But nevertheless, it was still a war and it was still involved a lot of casualties. And so it's still a very important topic even today in history. So let's not forget our World War I veterans, because a lot of them also went on to basically, command and or instruct those who fought in the Second World War. They kind of brought like their experiences and
were able to sort of communicate some of that, even though the wars were vastly different.
I don't think there are any of them left.
World War One.
Yeah, I think they're.
I don't
They're-
think so. I did read that there's a tortoise who's about to turn 190, so he may know a little something. So yeah, I read that there's this tortoise who turned 100 or is turning 109.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, or 190. I'm sorry, 190 fucking years old. This guy.
No, thank you.
Wow.
The really lovely thing about World War One, Kaylee kind of mentioned it. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm just covering my ears.
Holding your ears. Okay. Is that it's not really explored a whole lot, and we do talk about it quite a bit in Canadian history because we had a really big part in that war.
Those Canadians, man, always on top of their game.
Fucking Vimy Ridge and all that shit. But so yeah, we do actually spend quite a bit of time on World War One when we're learning about the wars in.
I think it's a
Canadian
fascinating
history.
war.
It's also really, it's one of those things where like you have the Holocaust to combat it. And so a lot of people look at that and be like, that's the defining factor
For the two.
for the two. Like that's what makes World War II so much more appealing is because of these dictators that
I
come
think
into
the
power.
Nazis too play a huge
That's what-
part. You
yeah.
know, you almost have like this definite sort of like good versus evil
Yeah.
perspective of these wars when I don't think any war is good. But I find World War One to be fascinating. I think, you know, one day I want to get like a poppy tattoo just to sort of commemorate that.
Y'all don't wear poppies here.
We do. Well, it still symbolizes veterans and Veterans Day.
No, I know.
Oh,
But I don't see a lot of Americans wearing them.
I know. Like when I was young and stuff, they're like we get like these little strips, and it said something about Veterans Day, but it would be attached by a poppy. I don't know. I was young, like when I saw these, and I'd see like older adults like wear them, and
That's like a big thing. And like everybody has a poppy on. And fucking Don Cherry would yell at you if you didn't wear a poppy.
I think we should do that more.
I do. I like every
Operation
November,
Poppy,
I
and not the
literally wear my poppy.
troll, not the troll. Operation Poppy.
I also have like a little like Canadian pin that goes in it
Aww.
because it's super. Yeah, it's super cute. And I wear it for.
This is why this is why our sisters are Canadians, because they're badass.
We are. Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna kind of move into our topic of the day. This scares me. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't want fires.
Oh my goodness. That's really
Oh, let's
bad.
see. Oh, hold on. Intern Omar / VP of Communications also says that the movie 1917, which is a great movie, by the
It
way, if
was
you guys haven't
really
seen
good.
that. It doesn't involve United States whatsoever. It's catered around the Brits. It was all done in basically like one shot. So whoever did that filming is a freaking genius. Great movie.
Yeah.
So if you have not seen it, take a stab at it, sit down for about 3 hours and watch it because it's fantastic.
3 hours.
Yeah, it's long,
It's
but
a long movie.
I mean, if you can sit through Avengers Endgame for 3 hours or the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League for 4 hours, then your ass can sit down for 2.5 hours and watch a fucking war movie. Anyways,
That'd be nice.
yes. So I want to introduce our.
Yeah.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes of our show, mental health.
meat and potatoes.
The meat and potatoes.
That's what we're gonna call mental health from now on.
Meat and potatoes. Well, I meant like like the heart of our show.
No, I
The
know.
meat and potatoes of the meal. Yeah.
I guess we can tie this in to our history of the day too. So one of the things that I studied when I was doing my master's was the history of post-traumatic stress, or post-traumatic stress disorder, or now they're trying to call it PTS. So I think it's like post-traumatic syndrome
I got a gift.
and moral injury.
I got a gift. Hey, hey, hey.
So I worked tirelessly on trying to figure out like where PTSD comes into play. And one of the things that I've encountered, and tying this into World War I, is shell shock. So shell shock was actually a personality disorder. It just kind of meant you were a weak soldier. It didn't have a whole lot to do with trauma, but just the fact that you can take war, which was really fucking crazy because they're just like, just be a man, go to war, it's fine. But no, it's not. People came back with all sorts of problems. If you actually like see footage of people with shell shock, it's really, really sad because what they I guess claimed as shell shock was very, I guess, traumatic on the body. Like you could see people like shaking and stuff, and that's what they would call shell shock. And basically it just meant that you were under fire for a really long time, and that was a problem, or you were like a weak soldier. So that changes in World War II with combat fatigue, and that has a lot to do with the Pacific War because of the really long battles that Americans endured. So they were, they were on like Okinawa and Iwo Jima. They would like fight for a really long time, and that was called battle fatigue. That's what they kind of chalked it up to. Oh, you've just been out in battle for so long. And then you kind of get into Vietnam, and they have post-Vietnam syndrome, which is in 1972. They start talking about that. And then they finally add it into the DSM and the PTSD specifically in 1980. And again, in 1983, they revised the DSM, which is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Illness or Mental Disorders or something like that. It's exhausting.
Which I know our guest knows in and out.
Yes.
She has to keep up with the most current editions of this book.
Yeah, so we can actually introduce her because, she would know way more about this. I just know the historical perspective.
So our guest today is a friend of mine who I went to school with. We were on different tracks. I've served with her in the military, and she's just an overall really good friend. And so I'm going to present you Dr. Sarah Dingus.
The coolest fucking name.
And you know what's funny is that's the same name as her sister-in-law.
Like the exact same name?
Yeah, not the doctor part.
Oh.
My sister-in-law also.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
hi.
Thank you.
Welcome to our show.
Yes, I'm honored. So like Kaylee said, my name is Dr. Sarah Dingus. I am a licensed professional counselor. I got all my degrees from Texas Tech. I just stuck with it and loved it all the way. So just kept going. So Kaylee had asked me to talk about mental health, mental wellness, and then I was going to tie in differences between mental health and mental illness and some common questions, I guess, that I get on a more regular basis. So whenever we talk about mental health, you know, the banner at the bottom, mental health matters. So what is mental health? It's actually it's a combination of three different things. It is your emotional, psychological, and social well-being, all wrapped into one. And mental health is not necessarily the lack of mental illness. So I'm going to talk about those get used interchangeably pretty frequently. So people think that mental health is a continuum, that you have good mental health down here and you keep going down and mental illness. And it's just this parallel line that you're somewhere on, which is not true. It needs to be thought of in two different ways. So you can have someone who has good mental health, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but they're also living with a diagnosable mental illness. But you can also have somebody who maybe doesn't have great mental health practices with no mental health diagnosis. So it's not this one continual thing, and they need to be thought of in different operational realms pretty much. So what is good mental health? I keep saying good because it's going to be different for everybody, right? So in general, good mental health is fulfilling relationships. It's setting goals. It's being able to attain goals. It's being socially connected, whatever that means for you. It's the ability to make decisions, make informed decisions, and to overall feel good about life, feel good about yourself, feel good about who you are, what you do, all of the above. So that's really what mental health is. Well, then you get into mental illness, and that is when maybe our mental health might take a hit because we're experiencing something going on in our lives, which could lead to potentially a mental illness. We all have varying thresholds. So we could all go through the same event right now. Some horrible earthquake here in Lubbock, terrible traumatic event, right?
Tornado.
Well, I mean, you name
Massive
it.
dog part.
We could all say the exact same thing right now. But based on our upbringing, based on our coping skills, based on our resilience, anything and everything that has formed us as a human is going to lead all of us to have these different thresholds. So just because we all go through some traumatic event doesn't mean we're all going to respond the same way, right? So we all have these varying levels. So you can't put everybody, mental health, mental illness, you can't put anything into a box. And not one thing is going to apply to every single person. So some attributes that are associated with really good mental health are going to include your resilience, that ability to bounce back, how you how you cope with stress, your social well-being.
It's a Tuesday.
It is. It's been a long work day too, so I'm like crossing my eyes here. Also, some different attributes is mindfulness, is meditation, and mindfulness. We tend to anxiety is based around us ruminating on the past and worrying about the future. So when I say mindfulness, I mean being present and being aware of your thoughts, observing your thoughts instead of judging your thoughts and judging yourself. So when I say mindfulness, I mean essentially presence, being in the present. We also have gratitude. People who have higher levels of gratitude tend to have better mental health. So just being thankful, appreciating, understand what you have and appreciating what you have and what you've worked for or what you've earned. And then also stress management, which I feel like gets harped on a lot, and a lot of people don't take it very seriously, how we manage our stress. Meditation, gym, whatever anybody needs to manage stress, maintaining calendars, maintaining notes in your phone, whatever the case may be. Also
journal writing. I know journal writing is a big
journaling, anything
or coloring.
Of what?
I said coloring.
Coloring. I love coloring. No shame.
I know, that's why I brought it up.
I love it. But the reality of it all, 1 in 5 Americans suffer from mental illness. It's common. It's very common. And there's a stigma on it. And a lot of people don't want to talk about it. Or it's this hush hush, oh, we don't want to talk about Uncle so-and-so. He's got whatever the case may be. But I call it mental health illiteracy. People don't want to do the research. They don't want to understand because it's scary. When a loved one or anybody close to you isn't acting normal, whatever the definition of normal is, we're concerned. And, they don't fit in or they don't act like the way they should. People get scared and they don't know how to step in and they don't know how to help. And so the best thing you can do is ask questions. And I always tell that to people, if you don't know something, ask. I mean, just being there for somebody can make a world of a difference. From time, on average in America, from the time of symptom onset, so somebody's starting to realize symptoms, average length of time until somebody reaches out for some level of treatment is 11 years. So 11 years people are waiting to seek out treatment. And it can be for a number of reasons. It can be money, it can be stigma, it can be location, it can be transportation. We have a massive transportation issue here in the United States. It can be the gambit, you never know. So being able to show up and be present and help somebody who might be suffering from any level of mental illness or suffering mental health, just being out there for somebody and being a shoulder to lean on, an ear to listen, a resource, anything can be helpful. So that's my spiel on that.
Yeah,
That's
11
really good
years.
advice.
Wow. And then sometimes that 11 years is like, it's almost like it's too long or too late.
And that's average. So, I mean, there's people that go well over, 11 years. And that we have this thing called the ripple effect. It's the ripple effect of mental illness. And it's when it's not just the person that's affected, right? It's the family around them. It is their caretakers. It is loved ones, anything like that. A lot, not a lot, about 18, 19% of adults also have a substance use disorder along with a diagnosed mental illness. So that just adds a whole other level of difficulty, of issues that we're up against, that a lot of people don't understand. Depression is the leading cause of disability worldwide. And it is so downplayed and people don't like talking about it. And I think the more we talk about it, the more you normalize it, especially in the age of COVID and being stuck in your house for a year. Those people that need those social interactions to thrive, they might not be so okay right now. And so checking in on people, Zoom, virtual, there's so many ways that we can accommodate and we can overcome, the boundaries set in place by COVID, especially. I really like, so I scroll through Instagram Reels, TikTok, you name it. And there's been a lot of memes and just jokes recently around, the millennials suffering mental health and making jokes of it. And at first I was like, oh, that's kind of, I didn't know how I felt about it. But honestly, I was like, no, it's people being real and bringing attention to it. And it might be in a silly, dramatic way, but on some level, everybody feels it pretty deeply. And so I think it's wonderful to see that on social media of, oh, maybe somebody else actually feels like that. Or am I the only one that is drowning in work right now and can't seem to get ahead? Again, those tolerance levels were all at different places. So somebody may have handled COVID beautifully because they don't want social interaction with anybody. And this has just been A-okay for them. But then you have your extroverted souls out there that need and thrive on that, and finding alternate means to reach that satisfaction level that they need can be difficult. But I think now more than ever is the time where this needs to be brought to the forefront of everybody's mind and brought to attention.
We totally agree, which is why we're always bringing that up on our show because it matters to us. It affects us personally, individually, and people that we love. So, I mean, this is definitely why we're always trying to push it, because I don't really believe in too much of anything that's taboo. I don't think anything is taboo. I think anything and everything should be talked about in an open, intelligent way, obviously, and in open-minded ways.
Absolutely. And then, I was just saying, your mother-in-law put just talking. People need to talk sometimes. It's called, being cathartic. Just word vomit sometimes, and just hearing yourself and hearing what's going on in your mind and actually putting words to it. That in itself can be therapeutic. And so just having that person to listen to, whether it's a friend, a colleague, a brother, sister, mom, dad, whoever, just somebody to listen to you then.
Yeah.
People underplay that. They don't realize how beneficial that can be. And sometimes that's all they need. They need somebody to listen and validate the things that they're feeling and going through every day. And if you can be that,
validation, keyword.
Yeah, that is the key word there. But that's what I have you for.
That's true. Yeah, we call each other. I'm like, and she's like, I totally understood everything you just said.
But, I have friends that, having a rough day. All right, come over, let's have a glass of wine. And that's all it takes. It's so simple that, people don't realize how far being kind can get somebody.
Unlike this guy who says that Canada needs to take their ducks back.
Omar.
They're geese. They're not ducks. You dummy. Come on. Oh.
And then Miss, and then this viewer says that Sarah sounds like a professor.
That's my mom.
I know.
Mom and dad.
She's excited. She's excited to see you. And then my mother-in-law knows quite a bit about mental health and mental illness and stuff, since she deals with all of us as her kids. She says that you can't change the past and you can't worry about the future, and that she's found that sometimes you need to talk it out, and it takes time to realize that you have the issue. So sometimes, I guess, like you're saying, maybe it takes somebody those 11 years because maybe they're in denial about them not
Absolutely.
realizing that they're actually going through this, and they don't want that stigma attached to them that there's something ultimately wrong with them.
Yeah, and a lot of it honestly stems from family too. A lot of cultural awareness and people not wanting to bring that upon their family, or wanting their family to think differently of them, or maybe it was just something that wasn't talked about at home. Growing up, like, you just kind of shove it in the corner, everything's fine, nothing's happening, carry on, move on with life. And so there's so many reasons, on top of stigma, lack of support, anything and everything, or the self-denial of, no, I'm fine. I'll get through this. This is temporary. I'm just going through XYZ and I'll be okay. But 11 years, there comes a point where you gotta throw in the towel and be willing to seek out help. And, people talk about money a lot. Oh, I can't afford it. But I see the things you are paying for, and I do see the things that you are somehow affording. Yeah, and I love your ring, by the way. Beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
I saw it.
All about like people getting their nails done, the hair, and I don't know, the Louis Vuitton purses and
physical health is, there's so much focus is around physical health, and it is so important, absolutely. But people tend to forget how important mental health is as well, because you can't see it on the outside, or it's not maybe directly impacting you. We all go through hard times, right? We all have some level of anxiety, some level of depression. Whenever it comes to certain situations, do something about it. If you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, and you feel like crap every time you eat, or whatever you're putting in your body, you want to fix it. Like, people need to have this same outlook on their mental health. Like, something's not right. I need to seek out, and a lot of people don't.
Eat those tacos. That's right. I'm gonna eat those damn tacos though, because they make me happy.
Eat your
and serotonin is important. Tacos
Yes.
make me happy.
Okay, I'm not sure that's the right way of approaching things, but
And taking naps with my fur babies gives me serotonin as well. It boosts my serotonin.
Yeah, and that can be, we talk about mental health and how you can improve mental health. It's so different for everybody. For somebody, it could be going to the gym. Not for me, but for others, that's not something that I do it because I have to. Because I have to. It could be mental health. Good practices in mental health is different for everybody. If that's going on a walk, if that is meditating, I understand meditating is not for everybody. I struggle with
it.
Hard.
I've tried that with the whole breathing and just even 5 minutes, and I can't get through it without something coming up in the brain and completely distracting me, because my anxiety is running all over the place.
It's not even oh shit, I gotta do like something.
Oh my god, it's like due dates. It's like something is always due.
Oh shit, like that book is due or what? Like
the one tomorrow. At least you're not presenting on it.
I'm gonna talk the whole fucking time though.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just gonna come up with thought-provoking questions to just get people to talk as well. I'm worried about Thursday though.
I'm just saying, like
we're just whining and complaining as grad students.
But like I can't do meditation because of that. Like I literally will sit there and be like, holy shit, like I have so many things. that
I've
are
got
due.
3 more books to read.
Like,
and
why am I
I've
spending time on this? This isn't important.
got- Why is my cat being so suspiciously quiet?
Yeah. Got stuck in the box.
Turning off your brain is difficult. It's very difficult. And meditation, I will be the first one to say, is not for everybody. I mean, meditation for me could be going on a hike and just being in nature, you know, being on the lake. That's meditation for me, is being somewhere in nature and enjoying it. Or for some people, it's watching Netflix and being in silence and not having their emails go off every 5 seconds, you know. There comes a point where I have to turn my phone on silent just for a little bit, just to have that sense of calm where my phone's not going off all the time, or hearing the dings of all the notifications I have going on in the background with work. So it, you know, make it your own. Define it. Define what meditation is to you. Define what gratitude is to you. Define what mindfulness is to you, and run with it and figure it out.
I really like that. I like, rather than running with the definition of those, you know, like with meditating, oh, it means you have to sit and be quiet for so many minutes. I like how you're suggesting you find your own version of that.
Absolutely.
So I guess my meditation could be sitting and watching cartoons.
Yeah,
So that's what I do. I watch cartoons because it's not the news, it's not real people, it's fantasy, it's fake, but it's funny, and I'm not stressed out watching it at all. I love anime, and so almost like it's definitely a stress reliever.
I'm stressed. And then that's what happens. It's just that this is my life now.
It's also important to identify when you are stressed, how does your body react to it? How does your mind react to it? What comes with that?
I hold water and I cry.
I do cry a lot.
Yeah.
I just call my mom usually, and I'm just like, hi, Mom. I'm crying again.
I usually just cry to Omar, or I message you. It's usually that, or I take a nap with the.
Oh. Kaylee, you look frozen. I think only Kaylee's frozen. You're muted. You're muted. I don't know, Rebecca. The wonders of virtual world.
Hang on.
There we go. So, intern Omar / VP of Communications, I just had to give him the pink slip, but he is now no longer employed with us because the internet went out on my computer.
Free.
Oh,
Freedom.
Omar's fired.
No, you're still an intern.
Freedom.
He's fired. You're fired from you're fired from VP of Communications.
I don't know why it's working on my computer, but not on yours.
I don't know either. Fuck my computer. Fuck that thing.
Okay.
So anyways, hi guys.
Sorry about that. We've had so many problems today. It's unreal. What were we talking about?
defining your
Your meditation, your version of meditation.
your definitions.
I really like the way that you put that, and I think that it's so important for you to find that like Zen mode, where you can. I call it like self-care days. I just go on self-care days, and I'm like, this is fine. I'm supposed to do a whole bunch of stuff, but it's cool. I'm gonna self-care.
Like I may be labeled as like a bad mom here, but because I struggle with mental illness myself, and I have for a while, to, I guess, make sure that my son is 16. So I know you know that. I don't know if the other viewers don't know that.
Still blowing. I can't even.
But I know, right? The little turd is driving. But I have allowed him to take mental health days or a mental day. And I will write the letter and excuse him from school. Like if he is just at a point in his week where he just mentally just can't do it. You know, I have told him that he is allowed to take mental days. Just let's try not to do it on a test day. Let's try not to do it, you know, on the important days, nor like, you know, miss something like a lot in a row or anything like that. But I do that with the hopes of him being able to take care of himself early on with himself, you know, early in his life, so that he doesn't get overwhelmed when he gets older. Maybe he'll do better, more the self-care thing.
Well, yeah, and self-care, again, your self-care day might not look like my self-care day. And the fact that, you know, that's, you know, wonderful that you're instilling him in that and bringing awareness to youth, because, you know, just thinking back on even when I was a kid, when I saw things, I didn't know that was mental illness. I didn't know what mental health was. I didn't know, just something was wrong. Like, that's all I really ever gathered, right? So the fact that youth are being educated on this, that they're willing to step in and say, look, I'm struggling right now. I need a mental health day. I need, you know, to take a break for a moment. That's wonderful, because even when I was growing up, or when y'all were growing up, it looked like, you know, we were just being lazy. We were being tired. We didn't want to go to school. We didn't want to work. You know, so it's taken on a whole new meaning to self-care. We're back.
I made it.
So I think self-care has been a pretty recent, I wouldn't say phenomenon. It's not a phenomenon, but it's more awareness has been brought to it in recent, mental health awareness in general, self-care in general, and, you know, whatever that is to you. So I really do think moving forward, just in the way the generations are being shaped now, I think it's going to become, it is a hot topic, and it's not going away. That's the thing. This isn't a phase. It's not this is here for a little bit and it'll wind down. It's not. I mean, this is only going to keep growing and growing and becoming more of a topic.
Oh, absolutely. I completely agree.
Can I ask like a question that might be like sort of controversial, but I think it's kind of nice to address? So one of the things that we see as like TAs is that a lot of kids just kind of use it as an excuse. I don't really necessarily believe that they're like, there's some that, yeah, okay, like they're going through stuff, but there's other ones,
We're good.
that like kind of use it as, I think it was the same with like COVID. They would just use it as an excuse.
And there probably will always be, there's always a way that takes advantage of the system. Always.
Yeah.
No matter what it is. And so I guess,
like, how do you like weed that out, or do you just kind of take it as a grain of salt and just let it happen?
the way I see it, this is just me personally. Who am I to judge, or who am I to know? One big stance that I have in life is I will never know exactly what somebody's going through. And so I'm not going to make assumptions. They may be acting like a jerk or acting out or saying all this stuff because they don't have great coping skills and they don't know how to appropriately communicate that to an adult, a TA, that is over their schoolwork right now. And I used to work at Tech. I know I used to work with freshmen. Like, I get it. But at the end of the day, who am I to make that decision? Who am I to judge your life? And because I would like to think that the benefit of a mental health day is it's there for those people that really need it. And they're the ones that are going to benefit from it. And they're the ones that are truly going to appreciate it. If I have some that are just going to use and abuse it, that's on them. That's fine. But I'm not going to lose over it.
Right. And it's more for the people that,
Like, I guess you would say that more people will take advantage of it because they need it, as opposed to the people that are just like, oh yeah, I just like so much is going. I've heard so many like my aunt has died stories
Yeah.
like 3 times in a row. Kind of like,
Yeah. And that's the reality of working with students. And my mom's commenting. My mom's a college professor as well. She knows. And so you're always going to face that. You're always going to have students that are going to say whatever it takes to get out of class. I dealt with it all the time. And it just got to the point where I'm like, it doesn't affect me. It affects you. I'm not going to get offended. You don't want to be in class. You don't want to be in class. Like, I don't care why. And that sounds pretty cool. But you just get to that point where who am I to make that decision? It's not my life. You're a grown adult and you are either going to benefit from this or suffer the consequences on your own times.
Yeah, your mom says that she gives her students what they say they need as long as it doesn't compromise the integrity of her class.
that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I guess like for us, especially doing online right now, you know, we just sort of take our kids' words for it and give them the extra space or the extra time to get something done within a reasonable time frame. Because if not, then you know, then it's almost like why are they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I never question it. It's more just like I know the kids that do it. And I'm kind of like, oh, come on, dude. Like, you're not going to hand that in anyway. So why are you even asking me for extra time?
So
I think when I first started working with college kids, it really bothered me a lot and it really got under my skin. And I was almost offended. But then I started thinking about it and realized that was more on me and how I was interpreting it and how I was handling that situation. And so I really had to sit back and do some soul searching and figure out, why is this bothering me so much? Like, what is my issue that this person is in my class for a semester really has no impact on who I am as a person in the long term, you know, scheme of life. So if you tell me you're not going to be there, okay, move on. Like, I don't. So it actually came down to my personal take on the situation. And I'm not saying that you need to go do soul searching or anything like that.
No, but I do. Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I know why it bothers me. It's because I'm not like that. And so I expect everyone to hold themselves to the same standards that I do, and that's not fair to people.
you're mirror imaging.
Okay.
Sorry.
Because
Mirror imaging.
Shannon and I were talking about that the other day, is we get frustrated when people don't perform to our level of expectations or what we think somebody's level of expectations are. And so, you know, again, had to realize, why does that bother me so much? Because it doesn't impact me. It doesn't impact my mental health, my mental well-being. I just had to learn to accept that they're going to give me what they can and what they have the ability to do. And all I can ask somebody to do is their best. I ask them to do their best. And if that's your best, okay, I might have to ask some more of you, but I'm not going to let it. I had to come to that self-realization pretty early on, because I would have dug myself into a deep hole.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I have a couple questions from Instagram. I do like to ask my followers on Instagram to send me some questions regarding the topic for the week. And I only got 2 good ones. One, he asks, is it truly curable? And I'm guessing he's referring to like mental health in general, or like mental illness.
Well, I mean, I feel like It's very broad. It's a very broad question. When we're talking about, let's say, so we have severe mental illness and then you have mental illness. So severe mental illness, that's when I'm talking like schizophrenia, bipolar, psychotic features, those higher levels. Can things be cured? I don't think anything ever truly goes away. Now, I do think there's a wonderful combination of therapy and medications if needed. You know, some people do need medications. I'm not trying to push the whole med conversation or anything, but it is a very good combination of
Therapy?
I guess. I don't even think of the word. Yeah, you need that combination. So I hate saying the word cure just because. So I have OCD. I'm very open about it, like diagnosed OCD. Well, is it ever going to go away? No, but I've learned coping mechanisms. I have learned to self-regulate. I have learned what I need to do to cope. So you learn skills to live effectively with it. Now, if you're just kind of like situational depression, like a loved one passed away, that's going to naturally, the side effects that you're feeling of that, you know, the depression, anxiety, anything like that, it's going to lessen over time, right? And that's very situational. But if you have some long-term mental illness, some sort of diagnosis, it's not just going to disappear. It's just not going to be cured. You're just going to learn how to effectively manage it and how to effectively live with it. And I know that's probably not the answer a lot of people want to hear, but you just don't go from having bipolar disorder to not overnight. It doesn't work that way. You can be prescribed medication to help you manage it. You could be in therapy to help you manage it, but it's not just going to disappear.
Yeah, I kind of think I understand where he's coming from when he asked that. You know, maybe
we want a cure. We want a cure, and we want and anybody who's known anybody that's been in 12-step or anything like that, they always say, I'm an alcoholic. I was, and I have been, and that's an identifier for them. I am an alcoholic, and I am aware of that. There's no cure for it. They're not all of a sudden, oh no, they've been sober for X amount of years, but they still identify that way. And we want a cure all. We want a magic pill to fix everything. And the reality of it is
there isn't.
Not.
And then the next question is, what's a technique to stay positive in dark times? And I guess that would kind of fall into what we were talking about with the self-care and finding ways to handle, to deal with your stress personally.
So there's something out there that I like to use, and a lot of people use, a lot of therapists use it, is hunting the good stuff. And especially in negative times, it's really easy to harp on the negative.
You need to go to that school. They need to make you a not MST school. Shit. Now it's like I'm brain farting. In the military.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know.
It's not. Oh my gosh.
They got me going to too many schools.
Huh?
They got me going to too many schools anyways. I'm going to school next week.
No, I know, but you're so good at this one because that's where I heard the hunting the good stuff.
Yeah, so hunting the good stuff. You turn on the news, it's negative. You get on social media, it's negative. You have a crappy day, it's negative. So hunting the good stuff, even at little tiny things. What are some things that you can grasp onto, that you can hold on to? How do you stay positive in such, these dark times? Is you hunt the good stuff. And you go out of your way to find those good things and to hold on to them and cherish them. Love it.
My cat.
Your cat? Oh,
my cat is just one of those things where like she just sits on you and purrs.
Oh,
like you feel better. That's my good stuff.
Kitty.
Okay, now you're negative. See, this is the problem.
No, but the positive is I want to adopt one.
Okay, there we go.
You just cuddle with mine if you want. He likes cuddling.
I absolutely think that more people need to be positive because the negativity is like I'm done. I don't want to listen to it anymore.
Well, it wears you down. Like I got to the point where so I used to watch the news every morning, and I realized that was damaging to me in the mornings, to start out my morning with, more times than not, because it's always of what's going wrong in the world, who bombed who, what riot, what this, what that, what's going on. And I realized that that's not a great way to start my day. Like I don't need that. And then you have like the one positive clip of, someone did something good in small town USA, and that's it. And so
your show.
yeah, so just little things like that. And
That's why I watch cartoons.
yeah, take an inventory of your day. What are you doing throughout your day? Where can you add? Where can you change? Where can you make adjustments? Really inventory yourself, inventory your lifestyle, and see where adjustments can be made.
I literally watched COVID numbers go up because I couldn't go home.
Well, yeah, your situation is very unique because she lives in another country, and the travel restrictions were super anal and strict, and she couldn't go home. I get that, and then she was Rebecca was a mess last year. She didn't get to go home for a year,
and my family is literally the most important thing to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's and like you and I, we signed up to join the military. We know that we're going to be gone for long periods of time. Rebecca didn't. This is not what she signed up for. She signed up to go to school and be able to sort of fly back and forth, see your family, on the long breaks and things like that.
4 times a year.
To be told no, and to sort of be almost helpless because you're not even a U.S. citizen.
That was
definitely
big fucking
that made me so and then the threat of her losing her job as a TA.
Yeah, it
was stressful. So yeah,
but that was what I did. I watched the COVID numbers go up, and I was just I kept seeing it, and all the news was about COVID, and I was like, it's never gonna end. I'm never gonna get to see my family. And I would call my mom crying. I'd be like, I don't know when I'm gonna get to see you again, because I literally had no idea. It was so everything was so uncertain.
Every day was something new.
Kept putting myself in the situation where I was watching them go up and seeing that the border closures has been extended for another month, and you're just oh my god. And mine was very situational, and it still is. But yeah, that did not help me at all. And eventually, actually, my boyfriend said, stop fucking looking at those numbers. Turn off fucking CNN and let's go. Let's do something else. Because I was so invested in it, and I was I need this to be over. It just has to go away.
Yeah, and finding morning rituals that are good for you. Is waking up, taking a shower, is getting a cup of coffee. Humans love routine. And whenever we get out of routine or our routine is interrupted, we don't like it. So finding a good routine that is beneficial to your mental health, and finding a routine that's beneficial just to start the day alone can be helpful.
Yeah, that morning Red Bull definitely does it for me.
I'm on the Celsius train. Red Bull gives me kidney stones.
Oh my god.
Good. I will probably get them at 42, since everyone in my family got a kidney stone at 42.
That sucks.
How bizarre.
So next year will be the year of the kidney stone for me.
I have experience with them, so
I know. I'm hoping I'm the one generation that does not get the damn stones, but grandma, uncle, and mother, and so I'm the only. They all got it at 42. So 42 is our magic number. I hope I am not as fortunate.
For those still watching, Kaylee just celebrated her 41st birthday.
I did. I still have my balloons that my husband got me.
April 1st.
Yeah, I'm old as fuck.
But she doesn't look 41.
I don't act 41 either. I like that thing where it's like you act like your energy, like your age is your energy. And so, I mean, I guess I just act differently. I don't know. I definitely don't act the way my mom did at 41. What are you doing? What are you clicking? Yeah, you can click there.
I'm not sure that I act the same as my mom at 26.
I don't know. You may have to have a talk with her now.
No, she had a kid and a half, I think.
Well, my mom had 2 kids, but I stopped at
26.
1. 1 is enough.
I'm just saying, like, I don't have any kids. I have my cat. That's basically it. I'm not married. I chose a very different path than she did. So,
So hold on. Let's get some of these comments here.
okay.
Intern Omar's working on my computer again.
That's the same person. I find that medication helps, and I have also learned to deal with my feelings.
She has. I can give her credit for that. And I think Terry has done a great job at improving that about herself. Good job, Mom.
Everyone wants an answer, but no one has to care about yourself. This is true.
And that's like Sarah said, there's no magic pill. Just like everybody wants to get skinny like that. Like there's no magic pill to fitness either. I wish there was. But then gyms and shit would go out of business and whatnot. But there's no magic pill for
I'd be
anything.
willing to risk that for a magic pill. Always count your blessings and look for the positives in life. It's sometimes very hard to do, though. At least for me.
Yeah.
I just, especially when there's so much negativity around, you're just like, oh, everything sucks. But yeah, you do really have to look at the positives. And she says, it really is difficult. In my opinion, you choose how you're going to start your day. I agree. You have to make adjustments in your attitude towards life. It's very difficult to do. Yep. I agree too. Do you have any other questions or anything that we want to add?
No, I only got the 2
I know that
normal
we
ones on
started later.
Instagram.
Sarah or Dr. Dingus. I love that name. It's so fucking cool. Did you have anything you wanted to kind of explain a little bit more? I know you said that there were some questions that people generally ask about mental illness or mental health.
Wait, say that again. Oh, no, I think I already touched on it. Is the difference between mental health and mental illness, that it gets used. That was my big thing. And then just what mental health is and what it looks like, who it is to people, and how they aren't, it's not a continuum that we operate, good mental health, bad mental health, mental illness, no mental illness. You can't just look at it through one lens. And so being open to it and being accepting of it, doing your research. I'm not saying go out and, WebMD everything and become a Google expert, but NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness is a wonderful website. They have a great website that has a bunch of information on it. There's so many resources out there for people to educate themselves, and people need to take advantage of that, especially if they have loved ones, students, anybody that they work with on a daily basis that could be suffering, remember 1 in 5. So good chances are, at least I know that the 3 of us here. So,
what was the website you said?
So this NAMI is the National Alliance for Mental Illness. And if you just Google NAMI, it's NAMI.org. They have a lot of really good resources, support, education, you name it. They have really up-to-date stats. They have COVID information, frontline wellness, individual mental health, caregivers, videos, blogs. It's a really good resource for people.
Ooh, I haven't heard of that one.
There's a lot of
sharing that one with us.
I did that.
Oh, I mean, no, I know you're doing the sharing of the screen. I meant like the website itself. I haven't heard of it, so I'm glad that Sarah brought that up.
Yeah.
Another good one is SAMHSA. SAMHSA is the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. SAMHSA is through the Department of Health and Human Services. And again, they have a lot of information on just a lot of reporting, a lot of data, a lot of grants go through them in terms of services people can provide. But there's also trainings. A lot of it is for practitioners, but I think anybody can get good information from it.
Cool.
Those are just two off the top of my head.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
I kind of just, I'm throwing it.
But thanks a lot for all of that and for being here with us. We're kind of like running out of time. So, because we still have to give our homework, which, I might as well, we'll skip the weenie today.
No, that's a mental health thing.
Oh, okay. We're going to pass the wiener. So.
That's literally our whole mental health thing. I just wanted to close the door because I was here.
Oh, yeah. Omar talks loud. He says I talk loud. He's like, your voice carries. I'm like, so?
Just
You can't be heard. I got to be heard.
It
Lola.
does.
What do you say?
does. I don't know.
You do.
Okay. So we're going to do.
We're going to pass the wiener.
Sarah, did
It's your
she
turn.
tell you about passing the wiener?
Yes, briefly.
Okay. Good.
Ta-da!
Hi, baby.
She's like, oh my God, you woke me up for this. It's Tuesday, baby. It's Tuesday.
You have no choice.
This is your job. You are the wiener that gets passed. Yes. Yes. I know.
We need a different wiener for next week.
I have 3. So what do you want to, what's something good you want to tell people? Yeah.
She says, give me 6.
Says, happy birthday to Vinny. Because it's Vinny's 8th birthday today.
Oh, old fart over there.
Let's see. Oh man, here, you go first. There you go.
Okay.
Pass the wiener.
I don't know.
Oh, we'll do the grateful gratitude.
Ooh, yeah, okay. I like that. Oh, you've got stinky ass breath. Take her back.
Oh my goodness.
Take her back.
Okay, well, we'll do gratitude. I'm appreciative and I am thankful for Sarah for being on tonight and talking about a subject that matters, a subject that really matters, and it affects all of us. So I'm really, really glad that you were able to do that with us. And I'm thankful for my co-host, Rebecca, because she's a badass.
Baddie.
And we're doing this show with a little help from Jason. We're doing the show like all on our own now. But that's okay, because we don't need fake people in our lives. We never like to need fake people.
Get rid of the toxicity.
That's right. We cut that shit out.
Oh my God, did someone fart?
Probably
Did
Sasha.
you fart?
I might have.
Oh my God.
I might
they're all
have.
farting
Oh,
everywhere today.
Please, Auntie Rebecca, please
don't-
take me.
I don't want to take you. Oh my God. I'm thankful for the people that have been there for me throughout this last year. I would not have gotten through this last year without you at all. And the people that I know you're stinky. Oh my goodness. The people I know, Chris has been there for me too. Sometimes he makes me a little angry, but it's fine.
I can't imagine having 2 grad students in the same house.
It gets a little frustrating. But
Oh,
I mean,
man.
I've told him before. I said, if it wasn't for him, I probably would have left. I would have left here, and I wouldn't have come back because fuck Lubbock. And I'm thankful for my cat, obviously, because she kept me here too.
Yes.
But my parents and everything, everybody who's been here for the past year, and everybody who hasn't, thank you for showing your true colors. I'm really hoping that certain people.
Where's that gift? Or where did I write down that? Oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a while to write that down,
Yeah.
like, to figure this out.
Aw, he's actually watching the show. Hey.
Oh,
Never watches the show.
It's the infamous Chris.
Yeah, that's true.
It's infamous Chris.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's so
It
sweet.
does make me angry sometimes, but like Kaylee said, we're both grad students, so we both have very hot tempers, and we're both Tauruses, which makes it so much worse. But yes, he's been there for me this entire time, so I appreciate him very much, and I appreciate him for actually watching the fucking show. Thank you. Okay, Sarah.
Now we're gonna pass the wiener to you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do this.
Virtually.
Okay,
Here.
come here.
You
want
take her.
Aw.
Go
Hello.
So here you go. All right, you can go back to sleep.
I am thankful for virtual abilities in the time of COVID. I think it's kept people connected. I think it has helped in a lot of ways. It'll never replace face-to-face interaction ever, but I think it has been a really good medium to get us through in the meantime and to do things like this, you know, to be able to get together in one platform and talk about mental health and, you know, the things that we struggle with. So I'm really grateful that COVID happened in the age of technology, because if not, we would have had some difficult times, but I really am thankful for the ability to still be connected with family and friends and loved ones, even though we may not be able to see them all.
I just want to say that 1918 with the Spanish flu would have been
Yeah. Yeah, rough. Super rough.
I would not want to be in that era at all.
That would have. I bet that was boring as.
I
Oh, my
know.
God.
I'm just like,
Oh my gosh.
What would you do all day? What would you do?
Hmm.
I don't know what I would do.
read?
No, I guess yeah. Read if you could read. What if you were illiterate?
Then that fucking sucks. Because there would literally be nothing to do. I would
know.
bake a lot.
Yeah, but what if you were poor and you didn't have?
Then I would rob people because that's the only thing that we can do.
True colors are showing.
The American Jack the Ripper.
Oh, we got to do our serial killers episode.
We do
too.
need to do a serial killers one.
Love serial killers.
We're not morbid at all.
We're so weird. But yes, thank you so much, Dr. Dingus. Still love that fucking name. I seriously like.
Thank
mine's
you.
not gonna be nearly as cool.
Dr. McGee.
Yeah. Ugh. I already said I wasn't taking like anybody's last name. That's mine.
I'm just gonna be Dr. K.
Yeah, I got my Dr. P.
Dr. Kaylee. I don't know. I don't.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on and talking about mental health with us. Your perspective is very different, I guess, from what maybe everybody else has been experiencing. So it's kind of nice to hear a professional talk to us about it instead of us, like you said, going on like WebMD and being like, I have
I am dying tomorrow.
yeah.
Like right now.
Yeah, no, she's, I've brought her into my trainings before, like, hey, can you help me out? Can you like give some new, fresh, like perspective, insight into like how to show the sign, like the talk about suicide prevention. I'd have to do that. And she's helped me out so many times, and I've cried in her office so many times. And so, she studied what she loves, and now she gets to work and do what she loves.
That's
So.
important.
Aww. Oh, my heart.
We could do like another like self-care set because we were going to do another fitness one eventually.
Yeah.
So it might not be this season, but definitely in the coming seasons, like we could incorporate this again. And
We can get Sarah and Austin. We can have the fitness part and then the mental health aspect together.
yeah, have so many guests.
I know, because our guests are badass.
Yeah, they are. I don't think we've had a shitty one yet.
No, all of our guests have been badass.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we very much appreciate you.
It's probably past your bedtime.
Yeah, we've kind of gone a little bit over today.
I gotta leave for drill tomorrow. All of my stuff, this is all a facade. All of my stuff is on the floor behind me that I have yet to put in my duffel. So we'll just stay up here because everything's on the floor right now.
There you go. Well, be safe driving to drill tomorrow.
Someone else it sucks, so.
Yeah, she drives to El Paso. Nice 6-hour
my
drive.
God.
Yeah, but
No, thank you.
they've given her opportunities that her last unit did not give her. So she was able to, she promoted and she's able to get the schools that she needed. So she's able to advance her career as she should, as, you know, it's supposed to be.
Badass women alert.
Yeah, she is a badass female there. So badass soldier all around.
Thank y'all. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much.
Seems to be Omar's troop.
I was gonna say, Omar, your husband.
I
like my son.
know.
Fucking intern
He
Omar.
remembers my last kidney stone, I'm sure.
Huh?
He probably remembers my last kidney stone because I happened after the field and I was dying. So
Oh yeah, he was pretty worried. He was really worried about
me
you.
too. I was dying.
I don't want to think about it.
You're fine.
I got another year.
You got
I feel like my family's cursed.
It's a kidney stone.
It's awful.
And it's like
It's not like
it's like peeing out a lemon.
okay,
It's
right.
awful.
Like put a lemon into a straw.
Just
I'm a nice person generally. I was screaming at the doctors and screaming at the receptionist. And then finally, when they got me on morphine, I was like, I'm so sorry I was mean. I'm really not. I was just hurting a lot. Like I yelled at the lady telling her to type faster, that she typed. She's the slowest typer I've ever seen in my life. And yeah, I got real mean.
You should have just called her Flash from Zootopia.
Oh man, I would. That's exactly what it was, and I was not a happy camper. And then my nurse was like, "You know, I've had 3 babies naturally and 1 kidney stone, and I'd rather birth another child than have another kidney stone." I was like, "Oh, good, thanks." That
my god.
good luck.
so
my god.
morphine will be your best friend. Just don't.
Well, I have 1 more year to go, so
Maybe you'll get lucky.
maybe I will. Maybe I'll
Maybe-
break the curse.
Maybe
but I don't
karma
know.
won't be a bitch.
Man, I'm not looking forward to it.
Okay, yeah, so we went a little bit over today because we suck and it was hard to get everything to
So,
work.
everyone out there, your homework for today is to write down something that you're appreciative of or thankful for. It can be a person, it could be an event, it could be a thing, it could be an action, maybe something you're thankful that you did or do, or it could be anything, just something that makes you feel that you're appreciative of or that you're thankful for. Just write that down.
If
Boom.
you put Kaylee and myself, then you get bonus points. I don't know.
I didn't say that. You can't bribe the teachers. You can't do that.
Like,
Well, shit. What's the point of being the teacher then? no,
Oh,
my
it doesn't-
thanks, Mom.
I do want to just plug a little thing here at the end because I am really excited for something that I'm going to be doing.
Are you
on
going to share
Friday.
screen?
Do you want me to share?
Yeah, share the screen. She's very proud. This is what she's also appreciative of is her hard work with her research. And she's getting to present that on Friday
I'm going to try and
at a
find
conference. It'll be the first time people are hearing any part of her research.
Yep, this is literally the first time that I've shared any of my ideas with anybody ever.
Yeah, I'm
Besides
excited for
the-
her. I just wish it was in person, not virtual,
Oh, I do too.
because I'd be in the backboard. Yeah, that's my girl. At a completely professional conference. That would be me.
Oh. Can you see it?
Can I see what?
Wait 1 second.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to share the screen because everybody needs to see this. Maybe. Has lost permission to capture. Well, what the actual F?
What happened? You weren't allowed to do it?
No, it won't let me send it.
Oh.
Okay, well, if you go onto my Facebook page, you will see that I'm going to be talking about in like 2 seconds here. So I am doing the Vietnam Center and Archive and the Institute for Peace and Conflict is doing a conference this weekend. It's a virtual conference, and I'm going to be presenting in session 3A on Friday. It's called The Cultures of War. And if you go to the Vietnam, actually, I could probably do that, the Vietnam Center.
I could have sworn I shared it.
Vietnam. Yeah, you did on your.
I'm looking on my Facebook and I don't see it.
I don't know.
Deuce.
Doesn't really matter. There's an agenda that's on
there it
the
is.
Vietnam Center and Archive page. If you go to conferences, all upcoming events, I'm pretty sure. And they have like the actual link that you can go to and watch if you would like to watch. As people know, I talk about sexual assault in the military. So it's kind of a big deal for me to talk about this because I'm A, not in the military, B, I'm not American. Literally all I am is a woman, and I'm trying to bring some awareness to this. Let me see if I can do this one more time.
To the voices that haven't been heard.
Can we see this? Oh,
yes,
cool.
I can
All right.
seize it now.
So if you go to session 3A, this is me right here. Look at me.
Yes, she will be 1:30 p.m. on Friday, this Friday, April 9th.
Yeah.
Right, this is the 9th? Yes.
Yeah.
And she will be in the culture of war,
Yeah.
talking, and her, no means no.
Yeah.
Sexual assault of American women in Vietnam.
Yeah, so it's Vietnam based, but my research has expanded into very, very strange territories. So it's going to just be like a whole massive book when it comes out. But the little Zoom registration thing down here, you can go to it and you can join if you want to. That would be awesome. I'm super pumped for it. And I just really wanted to share it with everybody because this is something that I've been looking forward to for a very long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you for everybody who has
hanging around.
watched.
We're still here.
Yeah, I know we're still here. And thank you, Sarah, again for coming on and sharing your insights with us. It's super interesting and meaningful for sure. Okay. But yeah.
I don't think so. Oh, we hug ourselves.
Oh yeah.
We
Okay.
have to hug
so
ourselves.
This is our little. We always forget this.
Like our goodbye. Make sure you hug yourself.
Love yourself.
Love yourself. Yes, and give yourself a pat on the back.
Pat on the back. You did a good job.
Because if you're breathing today, then that means you made it through. Like, be proud of that you're still here. You're still with us.
Yeah. So next week we never have a plan really of what we're gonna do.
But we have an idea.
We have an idea.
Yeah, we have a fun idea.
Yeah, we've done a lot of like serious stuff the last couple weeks, so
we'll lighten up the mood.
Real stupid, because that's what we like to do. All right, let me just go ahead here, and we're gonna end this broadcast right now. Sarah, you can stick around if you want for a second. All right, guys, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Started in Ontario, Canada, for those who don't know. Rebecca, she went told. The whole world can't stop next door. Like, I don't know. Now best friends, and here they go, they show. Gotta say, they're gonna make you laugh, they're gonna make you cry. This is made in North America, oh my. Made in North America, made in North America.
Ooh, yeah. Made in North America.